Okay, um, cool morning here in West Cork. That's why I'm wearing the coat. Before I continue work on this load, I want to go through the equipment that I use um, for breaking up the firewood. My main implement is a maul, splitting maul. It's a 5 kilogram weight, 11 pound. It's an Austrian make. Um, Sharp blade. I've a bit of protection on the handle. Uh, it's my main go-to implement doing this sort of work. I also use a normally 3.5 pound axe for different little jobs. Using it as a pickaroon, putting rounds up onto a splitting block or moving them around. Um, it comes in useful doing a variety of jobs. Um, I also use a splitting axe, similar to the maul, a bit thinner, a bit lighter. This is 4 kilograms, kind of a triangular head on it, good sharp blade, different type of design. I think it's a kind of a Tyrolean axe, I think is the design of it. Another good implement for doing the job. Then I work with two sledgehammers. I have a 16 pounder, about 7 kilos. That's done a lot of work over the years. The heads have been deformed slightly from all the work that has been called on to do. And this is the big heavy one here. The other one, 20 pounder, about 9 kilos. That's needed sometimes, especially for some of the stuff I'm trying to split here. Heavy rounds of Sitka spruce that have been sitting for a while and are pretty difficult to break open. I need heavy sledgehammer like this to pound in the wedges. And I have a variety of wedges here that I work with. Big one here, 8 pounder, kind of a wood grenade type wedge. I think that's the marketing term they use for some of these. This is quite a large one, 8 pound weight. It's good for finishing off a round once it has been opened up, and by other smaller wedges. This is not particularly good at starting a round off. It's got a point. If you're driving in to a round, it tries to force it apart equally from all sides. It doesn't concentrate the work in the same way as the other wedges that I have here, such as this one, which is one of my principal ones that I go to. Got a blade, a relatively wide head on it, good at penetrating into a round starting off. And I have another similar one. I've a pair of them. These are my two main ones that I work with. That's a French make, I understand. I have plenty of them. You do need them. You need enough, more than enough, to do a job, because sometimes if a wedge gets buried in a round, and it can happen, you need backup to try and retrieve them. There's another one here, about 2 kilos, 6 pound weight. Blade. The head is fairly narrow. It's fairly narrow when it's in line with the blade. Not a particularly effective one, even though it's a big one. Long one, long and narrow. I got this years ago. I make very little use of it, for the same reason that it'll start a round off all right to get it opened up, but it doesn't really open it up as much as you would be hoping for. Another wood grenade type wedge, smaller than this one. It's back up. I make a fair bit of use of it. A few broken ones here. I'll the wood grenade type that I got years ago, many years ago, and the tip broke off, but I keep them in reserve. Always handy when things get difficult. And the last one, another one with a blade, 10 head. I hardly ever use it, but I keep it with me. That's basically the implements that I use. So we'll see you in the next one. If you have any comments or anything to say, send them in, and if you have any questions, I'll answer them if I can. Thank you.